All right, what's up, everybody? Tane Nix here, back again, episode number 8. I'm doing this series on the Funnel Flywheel. This is the name that I gave to what really is, I perceive, for anybody selling things online. Could be eCom, but certainly for information product dealers as well. It's very important to understand how you're going to get the front end and the back end correct. This is the flywheel. You have to know what to give away, first of all, in terms of just basic general information about why how you have a solution for what problem people are dealing with. That's copywriting, right? I need to be able to prove that I understand your problem and offer a tease of a solution that gets you to purchase my front end. Why? Because if I can get you to purchase my front end, I can pay for ads, and then I have a real business. If you're getting names at a price that you can actually afford because your front end sales are covering your ad spend, you're actually free. Now, you're not done working, but you have a business at that point, right? This is very, very important. It seems simple, right? But obviously it's not easy to do, to get all of that correct. So we have to get that part correct. And then once we have a front end that's working, that's liquidating our ad spend, now we can sell something on the back end that actually supports our life, right? This is typically how it's done. It's not that you couldn't make a profit on the front end, but in general, you want to make your profit on the back end. So what that implies and what that means for a business owner, solopreneurs, I'm talking to you, coaches, wellness people, wealth coaches, life coaches, anybody selling any kind of consulting, this is definitely true. Any information product of any kind, this is definitely true. What that implies is that you get the front end to provide immediate, hopefully partial solution, but in a way that doesn't make people bitter, that it's like, oh, now I have to buy something else, you scumbag, give me a refund. No, they understand why you've only divvied out a portion of your solution to help them quickly, and because it addresses the first most important thing they need fixed, even though they know that there's still going to be work to do. In my other videos, I give examples for health. I've done this for people with digestive illness. Obviously, that's a very complex problem for most people. If you have a chronic digestive illness, you're going to have to do a little bit of work to get some relief, but most people can get temporary relief from a number of different areas. Why don't you heal? Why don't you heal all the way to the end? Well, that's why you got to keep going. That's why you need the back end, right? So that you can figure out all the different things that you need in order to permanently fix your digestive illness. You can do this in personal finance. I'm going to help you get your finances right by, maybe it's something as simple as asset allocation or setting aside enough of a safety fund, right? Rainy day fund. Or maybe it's inflation proofing a portion of your wealth. And then we're going to go on and talk about how to create passive income, for example, right? That would be the back end, for example. But my point is, you have to get this mix right if you're going to have a real business that supports your life. And so this is the most important thing in your business, is getting this flywheel working. The whole concept of a flywheel is that it's a gear that's differentiated so that if it spins even a little bit, everything else is turning much, much faster. It's a gear. The whole concept in a mechanical metaphor is that it's a ratio where if you get the flywheel spinning, boy, the whole machine just takes off, right? And so that's what we're trying to do here. So in this video, all I'm sharing with you is the right way to use free content to eventually sell something. Now, this again sounds very simple. Obviously, Jeff Walker became a household name because he figured out, well, you could divvy out certain portions of your sales letter. He called it the horizontal sales letter, where free piece of content number 1 led to free piece of content number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, however many you're going to do. Minimum of 3 usually, right, would be normal. And then we're going to send them to, and this is the important part that I think people either skip or miss or get confused about. We want to give free content away. Could be something that you're posting to social media, could be something like a whiteboard presentation, could be some teaching session that you do. But mostly it's going to be some bite-sized chunk Like this, for example, like this video. We're going to offer free content, just pure teaching, just no real angle here, just free. Hey, here's something you're probably dealing with. I know because I dealt with it too. Here's how I overcame it. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. We're going to give them some kind of solution to something that they're up against. And then the call to action, because we're always going to have a call to action. This is direct response marketing. We are not posting things to Facebook or social media or Instagram or anywhere else to amuse ourselves, right? We're posting things because we want people to ultimately take an action after they've seen our content. And so this free content is going to take them to, or sell them, if you will, on watching or consuming or going to another piece of free content. So, for example, I have a webinar coming up. So we're going to do some free content for the people to get them to the web. Could be as simple as an email, right? That tells them about the webinar. And on the webinar, and this is the important piece, my friends, on the webinar, it's very important that I don't mean to say that you're actually giving away the store. I don't mean to say that you're actually sharing stuff that you can't afford to share, if you take my meaning. But there does have to be at least a perception that by attending that webinar, and here I'm a big fan of actually helping people. When they attend the webinar, they're actually going to get something that they go, yeah, I'm smarter now that I heard that, found that, saw that, watched this, spent my time with you consuming your content than I otherwise would have been had I skipped it, because I wouldn't have known this. So in other words, we actually want to deliver real value, not a 60-minute pitch fest where the entire thing is basically I'm going to tease you for an hour about all the stuff that I'm not going to give you until you pay me, but actually teach them, like actually prove that you can help them by helping them. This is the best thing to do, because obviously there's so much nonsense, right? The world is awash in free information, most of which is free for a reason. But we want to actually provide real content, real value, like real solutions to some of the problems that they're facing. And this is the part that takes actual deep thinking. It's not, you can give away sheep shit, right? Where people feel like, okay, well, that's not that valuable, right? Like we can give away certain things in the product itself or related to the product or information product that we're selling in the webinar itself, to prove also that we have value, and that if they do come behind the paywall and actually pay for whatever, in this case, information product that we're selling, that they're going to be delighted that they did that they have enough of a taste and enough of the flavor of what it is that we're offering and the kind of help that we can give them, that we're not worried about giving away some small amount of that ahead of time for free in the webinar. So free material, free piece of content, a post, an email, a short video like this, an Instagram reel, something posted to Facebook, whatever, wherever your audience is, a free piece of content with a call to action telling them to go to another free piece of content, but a structured, formalized. Webinars are great. Webinars are the big example of this. And then from the webinar, we're going to offer even more value for free to entice them to buy, to let them know that we have something valuable for them. The biggest companies in the world, the biggest info marketers in the world, all do it this way. Free content to more free content to a pitch, to an offer, okay? And if you just keep it simple this way, it saves a lot of mental anguish trying to figure out sort of what should I put in my free content over here? What should I put in my free content over here? Obviously, if you want my help with that, that's what I help businesses do. And I do have some experience with this. I watched and learned at the big information financial research firm, the Agora, where I worked for 3.5 years and just had a marvelous, I call it the best education money can't buy, because you can really only get it there. But also I've done this in my own business, and I do it for other clients in their businesses as well. So this funnel flywheel is the key to your success. If you get these pieces right and you put them in the right place and you have everything working the way it's supposed to, you have a real business, and that's worth having, because that's where real freedom comes from. Okay, thanks very much for watching. I'll be back. Send me comments, send me questions, tell me what you want to talk about, in these videos, and I continue to expand and expound upon this topic of the funnel flywheel for you guys to help you get your business to the next level. Thanks very much.